The title of the message this week is Looking on the Level of Giants. So, yesterday I was in the kitchen and I was about to get some smoothie, and I didn't want to use a cup that I was going to have to wash. I was looking around in the pantry and I didn't see any plastic cups or styrofoam cups or anything like that. And I looked out and Judah was sitting at the counter and he was using a styrofoam cup. And I'm like, where did he get that from? So I asked him and he said, oh, they're in his voice, his deep voice. Oh, they're in the pantry, they're at the top. And when I went in and I looked up, then I saw them. And it dawned on me that what he is able to see on his level requires work from me. He is able to see the things that are towards the top of the pantry pretty easily because of his height. But in that moment, God was really revealing something more. Um, and that is that when we are being called or led to do something, it requires that we look up to Him. I was hearing and thinking about that scripture that says, I look to the hills from which cometh my help. And so, from that discourse between my son and I, God birthed this message. And so, Numbers 13 and 3, and to put it in context for you, this is where the children of Israel, they have left Egypt. They are there, and the Lord has told them that He has given them this promised land, but that, and Moses is sending out spies. He's sending out, people from each one of the tribes of Israel to go and spy out the land, right? And so Numbers 13 and 3, it says, so at the Lord's command, Moses sent them out from the desert of Paran. All of them were leaders of the Israelites. These are their names. And so what happens in the scriptures after that is that they are naming who is sent from each one of the tribes of Israel. But we're going to focus on just one of those. And it's Numbers 13 and 6. And it says, from the tribe of Judah, Caleb, son of Jephunneh. And then what happens in the story is that, they go out, the spies from the Israelite tribes, they go and they spy out the land. And Moses has told them, go and report back. I want you to see what type of soil there is, what type of fruit grows, bring back some of it, look at the people of the land, all of the things. And they have to go and do that. And they do that. And then they come back. All right. And this is what happens when they come back. In Numbers 13 and 30, it says, then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, we should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it. In verse 31, but the men who had gone up with him said, we can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. They said, the land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there, the descendants of Anak come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Okay, so this is what's happening, is that Caleb came back and he was with them, but he believed what God had said. He believed that if God said this is the land of promise for us, that we can go and we can overcome them and we can get our land. But the other people that went, they didn't believe it. They came back and they were doubting God. They were saying, we can't do it. These people are giants, all of this stuff. And not only did they come back feeling like that, but then they spread it around. It says that in verse 32, they spread among the Israelites a bad report. And ultimately, the issue comes in verse 33. It says, we seem like grasshoppers in our own eyes. So to themselves, They saw themselves as being small, incapable. They doubted within themselves. And then it says, and we look the same to them. So what's happening here, y'all, is that whatever you believe about yourself will become the behavior by which you carry yourself, and thus what other people believe and begin to believe about you in return. So if you think you're ugly, you will begin to walk around with your head held down. You'll be hiding. If you think that you're not intelligent, then you won't go after the things that you feel intelligent people go after. If you think that you're not well spoken, then you won't speak up about matters that are important that God has laid on your heart, on and on and on. And when you behave that way, people will treat you based off how you behave. And so if you see yourself small, then so will other people. So you have to believe, this is where this comes from when we say, I believe the report of the Lord. If you believe what God has said about you, then you will carry yourself accordingly. And think about it, y'all. God made you. He created you. So he knows all about you. And since he knows what he made and he knows what he created, he wouldn't ask you to do something that you're incapable of doing. He will only ask you to do what he knows you can do based off what he put in you. So if he told you to do it, that means you have what it takes to do it. And either you letting yourself convince yourself that you can't do it, or you worrying about what other people gonna say or think, all of which is irrelevant to God. All right, so Numbers 14:5. It says, then Moses and Aaron. So Moses is the leader and Aaron is right under him. He supports him. They didn't go on this trip. They are the leaders. They stayed behind. But they see what's happening. They walk around talking about we can't do it, all this stuff. Then Moses and Aaron fell face down in front of the whole Israelite assembly gathered there. Joshua, son of Nun, and Caleb, son of Jephunneh, these two did go and they said, we believe we can do it. Excuse me, who were among those who had explored the land, tore their clothes, and said to the entire Israelite assembly, the land we passed through and explored is exceedingly good. If the Lord is pleased with us, he will lead us into that land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Only do not rebel against the Lord. And do not be afraid of the people of the land, because we will devour them. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them. This is where, they're saying, we can do this, y'all. We got this. We can do it. Mm-hmm. But this was the point at which they had got on God's last nerve. Okay? They had got on his last nerve. It was the people who was murmuring, who was complaining, who was saying that they couldn't do it. And so God got mad. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to kill all of them. Kill everybody. Just forget it. Because they was even talking about, let's just go back to Egypt. We were safe there. And God was like, you know what? All y'all going to die. All y'all gonna die because I'm sick of it.
He was really like that?
Yeah. If you read the whole thing, I'm just giving y'all certain verses. But yeah, he was mad. And so basically what he was just telling me at this point was Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And basically what this means is I was praying this yesterday morning. God created everything with his spoken word. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We are his children. His spirit is inside of us. That means that if his spoken word is that powerful, then so is ours. Mm-hmm. His spirit is in us. When we say that we love God and we want to live for him and we accept the Holy Ghost, that same spirit is in us, which means that our words are also powerful. So what we say is what we will have. That's where that comes from. When people say, even that it's a secular song, but people say that all the time. If you are what you say you are, you know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from. The words that come out of our mouths they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Meaning, if you're speaking life, that's what you're going to get. If you're speaking death, that's what you're going to get. The first one says, this is James 3, 5 through 10. In the same way, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it boasts of great things. Consider how small a spark sets a great forest ablaze. If you go back there and you just have a little spark of a flame and put it on one of the trees, you could burn down that whole forest back there with that little bitty spark. And that's what this is saying, that your tongue is a small part of your body, but it has the power to do destruction to the whole body or give life to the whole body. Either way. It says the tongue also is a fire, a world of wickedness among the parts of the body. It pollutes the whole person, sets the course of his life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell. All kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and creatures of the sea are being tamed and have been tamed by man. Matthew 12, 36 to 37. But I tell you that men will give an account on the day of judgment for every careless word they have spoken. Lord, please. It says, for by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. So either you're going to be exonerated and set free, or you're going to be locked up. Ephesians 4:29. Let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building up the one in need and bringing grace to those who listen. So we're supposed to be using our words to build up people. Right? Colossians 4:6. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. Your word is supposed to be good. Proverbs 12:18. Speaking rashly is like a piercing sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Proverbs 15:4. A soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. We know this when we say ugly things to people. You can see how sometimes if I say something to him that's not nice, he might not say a word, but I can see it on him. I can see it on him. You understand what I'm saying? Proverbs 21:23. He who guards his mouth and tongue keeps his soul from distress. That's telling us what comes out of our mouth. If you guard in your mouth and you only saying the right things, you keeping your soul from being in distress. James 1:26. If anyone considers himself religious and yet does not bridle his tongue, he deceives his heart and his religion is worthless. You could be doing all these religious practices. If you ain't watching your mouth, you ain't doing nothing. 1 Peter 3:10. For whoever would love life and see good days must keep his tongue from evil and his lips from deceitful speech. Psalms 34:12. Who is the man who delights in life, who desires to see good days? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from deceit. It's telling us how many things are impacted by our mouth, our soul, even our relationship with God, because it says that it's either going to condemn us or free us one day. It's telling us that having a good life down here, want to see good days, is affected by our mouth. It's telling us everything is affected by this mouth and what's coming out of it. He who guards his mouth protects his life, but the one who opens his lips invites his own ruin. That's Proverbs 13:3. I didn't get the whole one of that one. Proverbs 10:19. When words are many, sin is unavoidable. This is what I was telling you this morning. But he who restrains his lips is wise. When words are many, sin is unavoidable. Meaning, the more you run in your mouth, the more you is prone to sin. You're going to sin. So that means shut up. Sometimes, hush. Matthew 15:11. A man is not defiled by what enters his mouth, but by what comes out of it. Okay. On. I could go on. But I know y'all get it at this point, right? So In the next chapter of Numbers, chapter 14, because all the ones that we read before were chapter 13. It says, God said, now this is God speaking at this point, and he said more than this, but this is the one scripture that I focused on. Numbers 14 and 24. This is God speaking. He says, Caleb has a different spirit and follows me wholeheartedly. I will bring him into the land he went to, and his descendants will inherit it. So at this point, God has already told them folks, look, y'all done got on my nerves. I'm tired of y'all. And this was not the first thing that they did. This was like the 10th thing that they had done that had got on his nerves. Okay. They had been doing all kind of things, making statues out of gold and worshiping when Moses went somewhere. They had been doing all kind of crazy stuff. Okay. So at this point, he was like, you know what? Since Caleb believed me, then I'm going to bless him. I'm going to let him go into the land, and I'm going to let his descendants inherit that land. But the rest of y'all, only y'all children, what he ended up saying, because Moses pleaded with him, he said, Lord, please don't kill him. If you kill him, then you gonna get a bad reputation. All the people gonna say he took the people out of Egypt and then he just killed them. And Moses was like, please don't do that, God. Don't let that be what the people say about us. What people say about you, Lord, please. And the Lord said, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Them old folks who been getting on my nerves all this time, they gonna die. I'm gonna let their kids go in though. But they not going to get to go in. They're going to be here for 40 years. And then when the last one of them die, then I'm going to let the kids go in. That'll be the compromise. So, I believe that this is a timely word. And I believe it because I know God has been really pushing me and telling me, hey, do this, and this. And then you do this, and this. Come on, let's get it done. I really believe that this is a time for us to take God at his word. That if he's spoken something to you to do, it's time to get to getting. Okay? It's not time to be up here. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be is this right, God? Oh, please help me, God. I don't know if I can do it. Oh, well.
Just do it.
Somebody's going to say something. God is like, listen. Because when I be reading stuff, I be like, God, please don't kill me. And God will say what he was saying this morning. He said, y'all got Jesus. Thankfully. So when y'all make all these mistakes, y'all ain't got to suffer with the things that they had to suffer with, because y'all got Jesus covering y'all, because Jesus came and Jesus allowed us to be able to say, God, I'm sorry. And he said, okay. When I look at you, I see my son. I see the blood. So keep it moving. They didn't have that. So if God said, you're not going in, that was it for them. They wasn't going in. But we can say we sorry and keep it moving. But I do believe that there comes a time where, you just been outran your time. So when he says move, we need to move. You understand what I'm saying? He has given us second, third, 839 chances. So move. Because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit you. So why wouldn't you want to just move? Do you know what I'm saying? Psalms 121. He's promised to protect and help us. It says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Looking up, right? See that? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. And that was another thing too, back when with the people, the children of Israel, one of the places that they needed to conquer was a hill country. They had to go up on the hill and go and conquer the people in that land. There were like 3 different tribes there. There was one, the Canaanites was down by the river. But there were 3 different, set of people that they had to conquer on the hill country. I got to look into that a little bit more, maybe more meat on that bone. But I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. All evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Meaning, I'm with you. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to watch over you. It said by day and by night. That means even when you sleep, baby, I got you. When you're up walking around, baby, I got you. It said he's going to preserve you from all evil. That means in whatever form it come, I got you. No matter how the devil try to come at you, it don't matter. I got you. I'm going to preserve you when you go out and when you come in. Baby, I got you. Mark 11:23 says, truly, I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, it will be done for them. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. So God is saying, not only am I going to protect you no matter where you go, I got your back, I got your front, I'm going before you, and I got you. But whatever I told you to do, you're coming in alignment and agreement with me. All you got to do is believe it. Any obstacle that come your way, tell it to move out of my way, because I'm on my way to do my Father's business. I got that too. Believe what I said. You're going to have some things that get in your way sometimes. When we're doing God's work, stuff going to get in your way. But don't stop. That doesn't mean give up and say, well, they over here messing with me, so I guess I'm done. No. Get out of my way. Move. To do. I got places to be. I got to do the will and the work of the Lord. Move out of my way. We face obstacles each and every day. And that's what we're doing. Whether we know it or not, we're saying, move out of my way, because I got something to do. I ain't got time for you. So, in summary, these are the 5 things that God was, 5 or 6, he was saying to me as a result of this word. And it's coming straight from the scriptures that I just read. Number 1, now is the time to take God at his word. Meaning if he said to do something, like he told me to build up Judah's house and get moving on those 3 things, I've been working every day. I've been doing things every day. I got to do it. If he told you to get on there and sing and record something and put it out, then that's what you need to be working on. Whatever he told you to do, it's time to get moving on it. Take him at his word. Number 2, whatever he said, move. Those 2 go together. Whatever he said, move. Number 3, he will protect, help, lead, and guide you in whatever he said. If God told you to do something, why do you think he's not going to help you do it? Anybody that you see, even the people that you see who have achieved great things that we see, they had to come against some people to get to that point. They had to come against a lot of stuff to get it. They had to hear a whole lot of no's. They had to see people doing stuff behind their back, people stealing stuff from them and going and doing the material and all this kind of stuff. They had to go through all of that to get where they are. And it's no different for us. So God will definitely protect you. He's going to help you. He's going to lead you. He's going to guide you into doing whatever he called you to do. Number 4, don't anger him with your disbelief. Don't make God mad by just sitting and saying, well, I just can't do it. If he said you could do it, he made you. He know what you could do. The people that made the lawnmower back there, they made it to cut grass. Could you imagine if the lawnmower said, I can't cut no grass? To the person who made it. And they looking like, I made you to cut grass. So what you talking about? I know you might not be able to climb a tree, but one thing I know you can do is cut some grass. God is not going to ask you to do something that you cannot do. If he told you to sing, you have a voice. He asking you for a reason because he knows what he put in you. He knows what he put in you. He wouldn't ask you to do something that you can't do. So what you look like going back, I can't sing, but you can sing, but you can. But what you talking about? What we talking about here? We talking about practice? So don't make God angry by not believing what he said. Number 5, speak faith and look up to him for what you need. Speak faith and look up to him for what you need. And that's that scripture that we just read. Mark 11:23. If you say to the mountain, go throw yourself in the sea, and don't doubt in your heart, but believe what you say will happen. It's done for you. Believe that you've received it and it's yours. And then number 6, what you do from here won't just affect you, but everyone connected with you as well. And that's what we saw with the children of Israel. Caleb believed. And so not only did it affect him, but it affected all his children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and everybody else behind him. My yes to God will impact y'all. It's one life. And we say that all the time. We got it off Greenleaf. It's one life. And it's the same thing for y'all. Tyra, you don't know your children yet. You don't know your grandchildren yet. You don't know your great-great-great-great-grands. But they will exist and they will live inside of your choices. Hello, somebody. They will live in it. The people who came over on the slave ship, who was our great grandparents, we don't know them. We don't know their names. But guess what? Every choice that they made is right here. Every choice they made is sitting right here in this room. So we have to think about more than just ourselves when we're making decisions. We got to think about everybody who's going to come out of us at some point. So it's time to believe in what God said. Right? All right. Anybody got anything?